Once again, back is the incredible.
Got no time to waste, I'm starting the song right here. A minute 17, really ain't long to spit. So I'ma keep the flow, listen right up, it's clear.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for watching. So before I start the video, make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you leave a comment after the video, let me know what you think. That way I know if you liked it or not. Because a lot of people just hit like and then they didn't really like the video. So if I know that this was beneficial to you, then I can continue to do more videos that will be helpful. Also, I do have some merchandise if you want to check that out. It's in the link in the bio. That's some really cool shirts. I did some Baby Yoda shirts and some Mandalorian shirts that are fun. And I have a super clean Gain shirt that I just made on there that I ordered myself. When it comes in, I'll be sure to put it on there, but it's awesome. Just trust me. Go check it out. So, the topic of this video is power building. And you may be saying, what is that? Because it's like a mishmash of different words. Powerlifting and bodybuilding. And the reason that I'm doing this video is because when I started training, I was just, a generic lifter. I just did, split days, all that good stuff. And I've tried a lot of different things. I did split days, I did isolation days, I did bro splits, all that kind of stuff. And so as I graduated with my training, I developed a certain style that I like. You start training the way that you like. If you're getting results and you like it, you keep doing it. Just like people do CrossFit, just like people do powerlifting, strongman, all that kind of stuff. Well, power building is kind of like a combination of the two. In the most simplest term, if you Google power building, it says power building is a term used to describe training styles that incorporate both higher intensity, lower volume rep ranges, power, with lower intensity, higher volume rep ranges, bodybuilding. And that's the most generic term I could find. And the reason that I say that I do power building is because when I looked at my style, this was the closest thing I could find. Power building's not new. It's been around since 2013. It's become more and more popular. So it's not new at all. And it's just like anything else. As people start to find out about it, they start doing it. When CrossFit was found out, everybody blew it up, And CrossFit's kind of dying down a little bit now. You've got people that still train with it, but the sports and everything is kind of going away. It got too big too quick and couldn't sustain itself. Kind of like XFL football, arena football, things like that. There's just not enough people watching it to keep the overhead costs going. So they're going to be stopping that before long. And as far as power building, how do you know that it's right for you? Like, how do you know that power building is a thing that you need to do? Well, there's not really a way to figure it out. The best answer is to try it. By actually running a program, you can see what works for you, what does not, and make adjustments from there. You should not run a power building program if you're preparing for a powerlifting meet. It's different. If you're lifting to get stronger, add muscle, chances are a power building program could help you achieve that. And the reason I say this is because that's what I'm trying to do. Now it is a good program though, and will help you in other areas, because I noticed that I had been training power building for about a year or two. I entered a powerlifting like mock meet, and I did very well. I was number one in a lot of the stuff, and it wasn't that big of a meet. There was only like 10 people competing. But I had never done that before, never done anything like that. And I'd already done an hour-long arm workout and just jumped in there and did a powerlifting mock meet and got number one in nearly every one of those. And I didn't even strain myself. So that's something to think about. I showed up with nothing. I didn't have lifting shoes, I didn't have a belt, I didn't have any of those things. Everybody had gear, and I still did very well. So that's something to consider. It can benefit you in other departments because you're good at both. It's not one of those situations where if you try everything, you're half-ass at all of it. It's more along the lines of if you are bigger and stronger and healthier, you're going to do good in all those things. And a lot of you guys may be asking, like, can I lose weight doing this? Can I lose weight while running a power building program? And the generic answer is yes, but also I can confirm that because I did. I lost 25 pounds in like 2 months. I did a lot of cardio and I did a lot of workout programs. I work out 7 days a week because I can. My body will let me do that. So I go in there and break down my programs. I do certain body parts 2 times a week. And as those grow and I get them to where I want to, then I flip the script and do 2 days of another body part that's lacking. And it's really going to come down to, as far as the weight loss thing goes, with calories. You know, the calories you're eating versus the number of calories you're burning each day. That's something that you need to remember, because if you're eating more than you're burning, you're going to gain weight and it's not going to be muscle. That's just the way it is. If you eat maybe 200 more calories a day, you will gain a little bit of muscle. If you eat 2,000 more calories a day, you're going to get super fat. Okay, there's no other way around that. I can't break that down for you. But power building seems to be a very good program, at least for me, and I've noticed other people that do it too. Now, if you don't know what you're doing with that though, you will fall off, because I've noticed some people doing it and then they just stop and go back to powerlifting, or they stop and go back to bodybuilding because they don't know what they're doing. You have to do it in a way that you have progressive overload, and that's where you gradually get stronger and you gradually add more weight to add more stress. So that's the most generic answer I could give on that, and that's the way that I do it. As far as my programs go, I can break those down for you and kind of let you know what I'm doing, that maybe you could try to do the same thing. I wouldn't say you have to do the same thing, but this is what helps. Now, as I break this down, as far as my workouts go, like I told you, I do 1 body part a day, almost like bodybuilding. But I'm doing it at progressive overload, and I'm maxing out a lot of times on these weights, and it's gradually made me a lot stronger, and I'm losing weight because of my cardio and my eating. As far as cardio goes, I probably walk more than any other person that I know. Some days it's like 34,000 steps, some days it's 20,000, some days it's 10,000. But I do put in a lot of steps. Now, as far as the days that I don't do that a lot, I don't eat as much. So that's where that comes in. You're going to have to eat according to your activity. So in those programs that I'm doing, I do the different body parts every day. You could do a 3 to 5 day split, but it's not really considered power building as far as I'm concerned with my program. But the way that I do it is, on Sunday, I do legs, okay? And that's going to be quads and calves and things like that. And I do a little bit of Romanian deadlifts in there to get those quads working real good, get a little bit of glute work. And it also works your back a little bit, but you need to be concentrating on moving those legs. And then Mondays, I will do chest. And as far as chest goes, I do chest 2 times a week. So you're going to see how I do that. But on that chest day, I'll do upper chest, middle chest, things like that, and get that growth, because you do need to work your upper chest, but you don't need to be dominant on that. I see people all the time doing incline dumbbell press because they can. It's the easiest way to get super strong looking when you're doing the exercise, but it's not going to help you build that much of a chest because you're actually working a lot of your shoulders. So my shoulders jumped way up. I was doing shoulders 2 times a week, not even knowing it. So my shoulders got huge in no time. Now, if that's what you want to do, then do that. So on Tuesday, I do triceps. I work all the different heads of the tricep, all the different angles. I do a lot of overhead pulls. I do a lot of behind the back pulls. I do a lot of sideways lateral pulls. I do a lot of reverse grip pull downs, things like that. So I work all of those heads and I max those out. Now, as far as working out, I'm hitting heavy weights on these days, guys. Heavy weights. Like Sunday with legs, I'm doing the deadlifts for like around 500 pounds. And then on Mondays, I'm doing dumbbell presses and things, but I'm doing it with like 100-pound dumbbells. So I'm working up each set in that weight till I get to that 100-pound dumbbell. And sometimes 110, because that's as big as the dumbbells are at my gym. And I'm able to do that. And on the tricep day, I work all those heads. On Wednesday, that's my second leg day. So on that day, I am doing hammies and calves. Hammies, glutes, and calves. You know, working those real good. I do a lot of hamstring workouts, dumbbell, stiff leg deadlifts, things like that, to really get those hamstrings going, because you need hamstrings when you're doing other exercises. Plus they look really good, okay? And that's part of the power building, is you look good and you're strong. I get so tired of these people that look super strong but aren't. Or these people that don't look strong at all and are strong, you know, because they got beer bellies and stuff. What if you could do both? And that's what this is. So I do that on Wednesdays, and then on Thursdays I do back. I do deadlifts, I do a lot of lat pull downs, a lot of rows, dumbbell rows, barbell rows. I do hyperextensions, paused hyperextensions that I learned from Henry Cavill's coach when he was getting ready for The Witcher, and things like that. And I'm really hammering that weight. Deadlifts, I'm getting up to around 500 pounds. My max is like 535, which doubled when I started power building. Okay, it was like 3 something, and all of a sudden it's 535. I mean, come on. And that's after losing 25 pounds. How do you lose weight and get stronger? With power building. I went from 200 pounds to 185 pounds, and all my lifts doubled. If you don't believe me, I mean, here's the evidence that it's just me. I am the evidence. I am the law. But so that's Thursday. A lot of lat pull downs, a lot of rows, deadlifts, things like that, to work all the different back. I don't really have to do shrugs that much, just because when you're doing deadlifts and those rows, you're gonna build your traps, and when you do shoulders, you're gonna build a little bit of traps too. On, let's see, Friday I do arms, biceps. So I work a lot of my biceps. I try not to overwork my biceps because they grow so fast, but I do a lot of exercises, probably like 10 different exercises, just because I can. I wouldn't suggest that for everybody. You need to do, if you're just beginning, you need to do about 4 or 5 exercises, and that be it. Master those simple exercises first, and then move on to more you know, advanced things. And then Saturday I will do shoulders, or I will change it up and do chest again with decline. It kind of just depends on what I want to do. Like I said, my shoulders are so big, I don't have to work them all the time. But I do work them, and they do get bigger, and they're ripped as far as being and also being strong. And that's not like glorifying myself, that's just telling you that you can do that. So when I do chest that day, it'll be decline. Do a lot of decline exercises. I'll do decline dumbbell press, I'll do decline chest flies, I'll do cable crosses, I'll do the chest machine, I'll do the chest fly machine. And when I'm doing those, I'm really concentrating, because I'm doing the chest machine one arm at a time, concentrating on that pull. I actually put my hand on my chest when I'm using my other hand and feel that muscle contract, because I want that mind muscle connection. I want to feel that muscle moving. And so I'll do all of those on chest day. And that's what I do. And it seems to work for me. Maybe it'll work for you too. As far as food goes, I could do a whole other video on nutrition, and I may do that, power building nutrition, if you guys want to hear that. So if you want to hear a video on power building nutrition, let me know. I can do that too. I'm not an expert, I'm not a coach, I'm not a doctor. I'm just somebody that did this program, and it worked for me, and it might work for you. I'm trying to build value for you guys and give this to you so that you will have something to do, and cut out all this other BS that's going on in the fitness industry, and just give you what works. This worked for me, it can probably work for you too. If you're dedicated, if you're disciplined, it will work. You're gonna goof around and get some gains. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you understand more about power building now as far as my definition goes, and I hope this built a lot of value for you guys. Remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and tell me what you think in the comments. If you're doing power building, if you're doing other things, and maybe you're thinking about going into power building, you can for sure message me, and I'll do anything I can to help. Thanks for watching, guys. Gains Gang out.